Sure. Mr. Dotson was initially charged with public intoxication and resisting arrest, and both of those charges have now been dismissed. Been dismissed outright with no court costs, no terms, without even a hearing. So they've all been dismissed.
So no community service?
No community service, no other requirements. The charges have all been dismissed outright as of today.
And how did that happen?
I had a conversation on Monday with District Attorney General Randy Nichols, who agreed with us that there was just simply not enough evidence to pursue a case against Mr. Dotson. Mr. Dotson has maintained his innocence throughout this entire ordeal, and the result today simply exonerates him and confirms that there was no criminal wrongdoing. Of course, it's the District Attorney General's office to prosecute criminal charges and to punish wrongdoing, but it's also their job when there is no evidence of wrongdoing, and when there's no evidence of a crime to be punished, then it's their job to dismiss those charges, and that's what they did today.
Have you communicated with the law department?
I have communicated with the law department, but only in the extent that to tell them that I'm going to be involved in the case, that I'll be representing Mr. Dotson, and that our first priority was to do what we did today, which is to get him out of trouble in the criminal cases, to make sure that those charges are resolved favorably, which they were today, and so that our first priority was to take care of the criminal charges, and that we would move on and talk about the civil case later.
Is a civil action, is it definitely going to happen, or is it something that's up in the air?
I think that that's something that Mr. Dotson is considering in terms of a civil case, and I think anybody in his situation would be considering that. So now that we have concluded the criminal case, all charges have been dismissed, he's going to continue to consider his options. This case did get a lot of media attention, and certainly through no fault of Mr. Dotson, he became both a national and an international public figure. He's still recognized on the street, and that's something that he didn't ask for. It's something that he didn't bring upon himself at all. I don't think that the public or the media attention played a role in the decision of the outcome of the criminal case, though. The truth of it is that he just didn't commit any crime. So they did the right thing and dropped the charges.
If there hadn't been the media attention, do you think that the case would have been done?
I think that certainly Mr. Dotson benefited greatly from the fact that Mr. Messner, the photographer, was present and saw the photographs, and it's certainly terrifying to him, and it's terrifying to his family to think about what other types of abuses might happen that don't get documented. And I think that that is terrifying, and I think that it is a real shame that that happened right here in our own backyard in Knox County, and it's something that we take very seriously. Mr. Dotson and his entire family take that very seriously. So Mr. Dotson is very grateful to the photographer, Mr. Messner, and to the people in the media who exposed this wrongdoing. But in the end, ultimately, the question was, did he commit any crime? And the answer to that was no, he did not. He did not deserve to be charged with public intoxication or resisting arrest, and so the court did the right thing, and the district attorney's office did the right thing and dismissed those charges today.